Andre the Giant calls Hulk Hogan on the phone. They're in the hotel, and it's back, when they just had to call room to room. And he's laughing so hard he can barely talk to him. So Hulk comes up, and the hotel room was little, and the bathroom door was so little that Andre couldn't get in. So he spread newspaper out on the bed and pinched an Andre-sized loaf. And,
like a little puppy.
And he wanted Hulk to come up and see it.
Well, you got to show that stuff off.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
But when you're the biggest, baddest man in the entire world, if you want people to look at your poop, by God, they're going to come look at your poop.
But we're proud of our poop. I mean, we've all done it at least once.
But you know what?
Hey, come here, guys. Look at this.
But you know what?
This.
It was classy because he was French. It wasn't poop. It was le poop.
I was going to say le poop. You read my mind.
In Andre's case, it would have been le poop.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another riveting episode of Rock and Roll, the podcast, featuring Dr. Nick Redbone, Tom Nelson, and this sweaty hog beast,
Broc Johnson.
The podcast brought to you, as always, by our good friends at Power Plant Car Audio and Accessories.
Kimberly Road, Twin Falls. I believe it's Power Plant Web.
PowerPlantWeb.com.
Not Power Pant. That's where they sell trousers.
I don't think you want to go to PowerPantWeb.com. Probably not a good move.
I got myself out of doing the sponsor read and whatnot in the beginning so easily because I watch you. You guys have mastered it. You tripped over at that time. If I would have been in that would have been a colossal
Well, I think what happened is that I broke it because normally I say brought to you by
and then you leave it to
But this time I said brought to you by Power Plant.
No, but
Car
I need
Audio
all the
Accessories.
help I can get, obviously.
Well, you guys pulled it off. You're professionals.
We did it. We made it. We did it.
We are.
Yeah, you guys are pros. Hey, indeed, welcome to Rock and Roll, the podcast. Very big announcement, by the way, happening on this very podcast. You're hearing about it here before you hear about it on the radio. That's coming up a little bit later.
That's right, my friends. A big announcement coming up on Monday, but you can get it early right here.
On Rock and Roll, the podcast, episode 36.
36.
Yay! Wow, look at us go.
Look at us go. The first episode we all did together was 6. Is that correct?
Yes.
And look at it, 30 episodes between. Oh,
it's a good day. It's a good day.
Oh, it's a great day.
No, this is truly one of my all-time favorite parts of the week.
Yeah, it really is.
It is. Yep.
It's mostly the drinking on the job part.
Mostly the drinking on the job. Remember, Broc doesn't do this show unless he's sloshed. What just happened?
If you are
been to
just
Vegas with
listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
you need to go to YouTube and see Broc's face.
You gotta see
when
what-
he did that.
Oh, you got to see what just happened. Oh, it's Vegas, Broc.
Yeah, it's Vegas, bro. Though I'm not walking out into traffic.
No, well, thankfully I was with you when that's a story. and a
You
half.
know you're faced when Dr. Nick Redbone is the responsible one of the group.
And it's not like it's only one time.
No,
I've been
no.
Generally, when you and I are anywhere away from our area code, I am the responsible one. Chicago, Las Vegas, both times.
I'm excited for you to join us.
Oh, I'm
at
excited too,
Rock
and a
Radio
little
Convention.
scared.
Tommy.
The scary part is the fun part, though. See,
Yeah,
there you
don't
go.
worry. Don't
I like
worry.
that.
We just get destroyed on liquor.
And wait, it's me.
And
in my first rodeo.
no, it's not. Speaking of rodeos, this podcast has nothing to do with rodeos. If you'd like to hear a rodeo-themed podcast, make sure to check out Tom Nelson's Rockin' at the Rodeo podcast, episode 9, dropping yesterday.
that I'm somehow also in charge of producing.
Oh, absolutely. That's, by the way, that was a lie. There's no other podcast. This is our main thing. Oh, no, Broc got sick because he produces podcasts.
This week has been especially fun in production land because not only do I have the podcast, which I'll now jump into, but our big contest with our buddies down at Action
Oh, that's
Cycles
right, because
and
we shot
Sled
video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
recorded 18 videos, and I'm producing them all.
You're excited.
You don't need sleep, right?
No.
What's that?
Nah.
You're a hardworking dude.
This podcast today, episode 36, is about it's the second guitar player. You can call him the rhythm guitar player, but that's almost a misnomer because everybody who plays guitar in the band is playing rhythm at some point.
Yeah.
It's about the second guitar player. A perfect example, you look at the Rolling Stones, the main guitar guy, Keith Richards. That's the one that everybody knows. He's the songwriter. He's the genius. But the second guitar player on stage
Was, Steven Tyler.
is It is not Steven Tyler.
It's Billy Joe Armstrong.
It is also
It's Supergroup.
it's Jimmy Page.
Featuring Mick Jagger, Billy Joe Armstrong, Steven Tyler, and a bag of cocaine.
Now that's a show.
I would go to that show.
That's a yeah. So
be a
would
roadie
Mick
for
and
that
Steven
show.
Tyler. No, the second guitar. Okay, so with the Stones, the second guitar player would be Ron Wood.
Yep.
Aerosmith. You think of Steven Tyler and you think of Joe Perry.
Mm-hmm.
They have a second guitar player, Brad Whitford. In Def Leppard, their classic lineup, Phil Collins was and still is the main guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, the second guitar player was Steve. Damn it, I'm going to forget the dead one. Steve's dead guy.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
Steve
Patterson.
Patterson. Steve Patterson. Yeah. Minico's favorite son.
Boy, we haven't brought that up for a while. That's great.
And I don't think it was Minico last time either. Doesn't matter.
Well, he
Doesn't
moves.
matter.
He moves around.
He really
They
does.
do.
But anyway, but you can't say that they're just the rhythm guitar player because, we talked about Keith Richards. First of all, let's break it down for a minute. Rhythm guitar is basically any of the guitar that's happening in a song, in the arrangement, that isn't the guitar solo, that isn't,
Right.
just a line. It's generally what the chords are doing, what the riff is doing. That's the rhythm guitar. The guy that played the coolest riffs in AC/DC was not Angus Young.
It was Malcolm.
It was Malcolm
Yeah.
Young. If you want a great example of killer, fun rhythm guitar, go listen to the song Back in Black is a great example because we all know the guitar solo and it's a great, great solo. But if you listen in the background, he still gets to play the bounce.
The part that everybody knows and remembers.
Exactly.
Well, I think the rhythm guitar player is almost as responsible for keeping the beat as the drummer and the bass
Yeah,
player.
there is a tempo
100%.
involved. Yeah,
100%.
It's about chords and tempo, really, right?
Yeah, and making sure that he's he and the bass player are syncing in with the drummer, but also giving the guitar player the chords and the other guitar player, the lead guitar player, giving him the chords and the colors that he needs to kind of do his melodic work at the same time.
Kind of laying the foundation there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really, the rhythm section in a rock band, the rhythm section is usually considered the drummer and the bass player.
Yeah.
But if you throw in, you got to be the microphone police.
I did.
I saw him sneaking up on that
Mike
too,
Cop got me. But also, in a two guitar band, that second guitar player falls into that same category.
The rhythm category.
Yeah, they're like a rhythm trio. They're to kind of to maintain to give all of the foundation that the singer and that the soloists need for sure. Another great rhythm guitar player who is the leader of his band, Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's got no lead guitar in him at all. He does not play solos, and he doesn't want to.
Well, when you're the front man, though, you have so many other responsibilities, and so I think you find that happening a lot. And I know it'll come as a shock to you that I bring up Green Day, but when they were a little three-piece, there was one guitar, and it was Billy Joe. So then, I think it was on the Warning Tour, they added a fourth guy who he was actually in the band for a very short period of time, but Jason White, who was one of Billy's buddies, came in as the rhythm guitarist. So Jason still goes out on the road with them, but what you've found happen over the last 10, 15 years is that Jason White is picking up an increasing amount of the lead guitar parts because their stage show has become so much more. And you can't be the guy singing and cheerleading the crowd and playing all the guitar solos and doing all that at once. So you're right. I mean, now you can see Jason busting out a lot of the solo work and the cool stuff just because there's so much else going on with the front man of the band. Likewise with Scott Ian.
And Scott Ian isn't, and that's the thing. He's not even the lead singer. He's just the guitar player who stomps around, but he also writes a bunch of the songs and he gets to play. I think it was him I heard in an interview. He said, I like being the rhythm guy because I don't have to stop and concentrate. I can just keep playing the cool stuff and playing with the crowd while the other guy has to, lock down and focus and play his parts.
Fun fact, I saw Scott Ian in line for what's the water ride at Disneyland?
The California Adventures or the
no the log ride. They just redid it because they decided that it was racist with Song of the South.
I think
like a Huckleberry Finn type of thing.
I think they call it Big Loggin'.
Splash Mountain.
They call it Kenny Loggin.
Big, the Kenny Loggin.
It's the Kenny Loggin experience.
right.
So Scott, Ian, and I were in line for Splash Mountain at the same time in Disney.
wow.
And now I've wasted a minute of the podcast realizing that there was no reason whatsoever for me to bring that up.
No, but it's cool though, man.
I met him at a
Splash Mountain.
I met him at a meet and greet, and he had no interest in meeting me at the meet and greet.
I think I was at a rock convention too destroyed to continue going on the rock.
You were far too
Party
drunk
train,
to go to that meet and greet, and you know what? You didn't miss a thing.
In hindsight, it was nothing because they didn't want to be there. It almost
terrible.
It almost came together like something that the labels and the managers decided to do
And didn't tell the band.
didn't really tell Anthrax
that's
until
always fun
people
to be in
started
that
showing up at their
position.
hotel suite.
band,
God.
Anthrax finishes their show, and they get back to the hotel with their friends. They want to hang out with their friends,
Yeah.
and suddenly in pour a bunch of dumbass radio
guys.
Say, hey, I really like your records. Can I pet your beard? Can we please be best friends? I want to take a picture and show it to my listeners. Come on, let's do it. I'll do a peace sign. Hashtag Anthrax. Those guys wanted us the away from them as quickly as possible.
Death stare.
I got completely snubbed by
yeah.
Charlie Benante and Scott Ian, heroes from my childhood.
Yeah.
Remember, I dropped an F-bomb in the Anthrax story.
Yeah, at this point, because we're doing so much back here,
Oh, gosh, back here.
I've got to go from start to finish anyway. So it's
Okay.
it's not a big deal anymore. Before, I could kind of blaze through it because there wasn't a whole lot going on in the video,
Sure.
and so I would spend 5 minutes making the audio sound pretty, but then the rest of the time was on the video. Now I got to go through the whole thing from start to finish. So
Yeah, well, you know what?
there's a song by Blink-182 that goes, piss, sucker, mother, fart, turd, and
That's going to be the world's biggest bleep.
I just created a lot of work for myself.
That's fantastic. But remember, you won't be doing it alone. Your co-pilot is Rutheford B. Hayes, the patron saint of rock and roll. The
Love
podcast.
you, man.
Our 19th president, Rutheford B. Hayes.
Rutheford B. Hayes.
Ooh, he's got his own jingle now.
I think he should have like a grocery store jingle.
You know-
not like a real serious, Rutherford B. but something like Rutherford B.
See,
Hayes.
and I was thinking more something kind of like 70s funk, kind of a Bootsy Collins kind of thing, where you get the backup singers. It's like he's singing Rutherford Behave, and then you hear the girls in the background, and the girls in the background go, Rutherford Behave. See what I did?
Like the sing whisper talk thing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna, you know what? If I have time to crap out a Rutherford B. Hayes jingle before it's time to post this, I'll drop it right here. Now let's just give it about 30 seconds because Now, if you're still hearing us talking, that means that I didn't get stuff done.
It didn't happen.
Which, from time to time, Brock runs out of time to do things. It's okay. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about guitar players.
Yeah, we can get back at it now.
Yeah.
That was plenty of time for the jingle if the jingle's going to happen.
I think so.
17.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you just flashed back from the last show.
You must watch.
Must have been a good memory, though.
You must watch all of the podcasts now.
Yeah. Now you got to go back and see what that referenced.
Hey, when are you going to eat an egg, by the way? When is that
I'm
going to happen?
waiting for a special occasion. Maybe 40, episode 40.
Okay.
Episode 40 is it?
Maybe. I think that might be a good time.
We have
And
a
why
jar. Yeah, we have a jar of pickled eggs on set.
Yeah, it's right here. Billy Joe Armstrong is hanging out on top of it.
In case you don't watch the podcast, which
You're an
you should.
idiot
Yeah.
if you're not watching it.
But if you're
should
listening
watch
to it, there's this jar of pickled eggs. I swear to God, the fluid that the eggs are floating in is getting darker.
It is. It's like yellower.
Yeah, and there's a split on the back of the egg, and I swear to God, I saw something moving in it.
Well, now it almost is
The eye of Sauron.
Yeah, it's almost like God, but it was just like a California raisin. we personified the back egg. In fact, I'll get a picture of it and put it right back here, so you can see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know what we're talking about when we're talking about the cracked
plumber's
egg.
ass crack.
What?
Yeah, very plumber's ass crack.
Why not team that up with some delicious Southgate chili with
was gonna
beans,
ask you.
or with for our Spanish-speaking friends, chili con frijoles?
Is that's new to the props, right?
I brought it down
You just
today,
brought it
man.
down. Yeah, that has been here
Forever.
longer than I've been here. And
it's been here longer than I have.
We moved in 2012.
An expiration date though of December 2021. We're still good.
Oh, boy.
Wow. That is some remarkably petrified chili.
Southgate for the best.
Remember, Southgate. It'll last longer than you will.
Sorry, we're already done with guitar players.
And that was rock and roll. No. So the second guitar player, when the reason I think I have a special kinship with second guitar player is I have been the second guitar player in every band. Well, not every band I've been in. There was one where I was the only guitar player, but for the most part, I've been that second guitar player because I'm just not a phenomenal lead player. And I've been in bands with phenomenal lead players. I didn't need to. I had no interest in competing with them because they did so well in that role that it was more fun for me to be the guy that did the chord progressions and played the riffs and did harmonies with the lead guy when he wanted to. And it really was kind of a cool space. When I was doing prog rock, I dare say I was almost as busy as he was.
I think
anyway.
Everybody in a prog rock band is the lead guitarist.
Oh yeah,
You guys are all doing so many different things and so many different time signatures.
Yeah, we no matter what position you're in a prog band, you are playing your ass off. You don't have any choice. When I moved out of prog and started doing more of a bluesy kind of country thing, I found that being the second guitar player was less about being a rock solid player and more being able to play the chords, just rough it. Get the main notes out and do a lot of singing. Because that's what they were looking for. Nobody hires me to be a great guitar player. They hired me to be a passable guitar player, a decent writer, but they want me to be the singer. Does that make sense? Yeah. And a lot of those guys, James Hetfield is the number 2 guitar player in Metallica, but he's also the main songwriter.
Wait, sidestepping for just a little bit, you're in a band, the Deacons.
Kinda. We're not really.
I was gonna say, are you guys doing just like? Because I know for a while the idea was that you were gonna do like bar band covers and fun stuff. Are you writing originals yet?
We have an original. I wrote the lyrics, and our guitar player.
And it's not prog rock.
And it's not prog rock.
Oh, cool.
No, three chords, and it sounds like whiskey.
And it's 3.5 minutes long.
And it's 3.5 minutes long as opposed to 13 minutes long.
I tell you what, episode 40, you do the egg, I'll eat the chili. Straight out of the can. Straight out of the can.
I'm not sure if that's a deal or not, but you know what, bro?
And if
You're
you guys
on.
do that, I'll call the ambulance.
No, you have to drink the Tres Flores.
What?
You got a little taste.
Just
No.
Just a little taste.
Okay,
Is there alcohol in it?
Look,
if there,
that's food. That's food. This is a toiletry. There's a difference.
It's a condiment, man.
No, it's not a condiment. You upper Midwest guys will eat anything. Oh, no.
God damn it.
Is that the second time it's happened?
I think so. I don't know.
Let me see.
I don't remember the first time.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? It's somebody calling me about my car's extended warranty.
I've got an extension for him.
I did one of those.
there?
I did one of those car warranty commercials the other day.
Really?
Congratulations.
I feel real proud of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the.
Yeah, way
script.
to-
That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, way to sell out. You're a voiceover whore.
I am on my way to voiceover whoredom.
Congratulations. Brock Johnson, the voice of whoredom.
Whatever the hell they'll pay me for.
The voice of C-level businesses everywhere.
I will be your voice for anything. We could endorse your turds. Just pay up, and I'm yours. Unlike other turds, this turd features
Okay.
110% more corn nuggets. And for a
hard
very
to
limited
digest.
time.
Oh God. You've destroyed
For more details,
No.
text corn turd to 84444. That's corn turd to 84444. CORNTURD to 84444. Some restrictions may apply, void where prohibited. See store for details.
Okay, so I've had like 8 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
And I already knew this was going to be a challenging podcast. I didn't realize until just now how challenging. And I also am reminded, I'm glad that we talked about Vegas, because once again, this was sort of like hanging out with a hyperkinetic 4-year-old.
Oh, hanging with me?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, or I'm just too
I
tired
become
to
a
keep
drunken toddler.
up. It's true. It's true. A huge drunken toddler who wanders into traffic. And can I tell another podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, rhythm guitar players. They're great. Okay, so Broc and I we're in Chicago, and we wanted to go get good deep dish. I wanted to go get good deep dish, so we go to Gino's West?
Geno's East.
Geno's East in Chicago. And legendary pizza place.
I got in trouble. You scolded me the whole time.
I did scold you. We got to wait like 45 minutes to get our food.
Yeah.
So we've got time to kill, and Broc is destroyed. The fact that I got him there is a miracle because we had to walk from the hotel. And mind you, this is Chicago, the second city. This is a big, serious town.
Sure.
Okay, so we make it to the place. We're eating our food,
Mike.
But before we get our food, Broc drops an F-bomb every 8 seconds. There's a family sitting next to us, and I'm like, Broc,
And they're-
ixnay on the F-bomb.
They're looking and judging,
And
aren't
they're
they?
looking
Oh,
and
yeah.
judging. I was like, it's fine. It's fine. We finally get the food. And it's delicious. And Broc says, after eating some pizza, and I'm gushing over it because I'm a big nerdy foodie. Broc, do you want to say it? Because it's your line. Broc
Well,
says,
after watching you go on and on and on and on about how fantastic the pizza was, and I'm sure it was,
Yeah.
I, with a slightly saddened expression on my face, eating the slice of deep dish, and say, it's good pizza. I wish I wasn't drunk. Because in my head, I'm sure I was saying, you're not going to remember this, and this is the legendary Geno's East.
So then we're leaving.
That's
we're,
classic.
We're on our way back to the hotel. And Broc tells me, I think we ought to go find a punk club. And I said, we're in Chicago on foot. That's not going to happen. He goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And I said, I'm pretty sure it's not.
And you got me back to the hotel
Yeah,
safely, and I was not shot and killed.
Yeah. Do you know how I did it?
No.
I pointed the direction of the hotel and I said, I think there's a club over here.
And sometimes that's all it takes.
I know. It's like redirecting a giant 4-year-old.
Get enough Jack Daniels in me, I'll believe whatever in the hell you tell me.
Good old Uncle Jack, my
Oh,
friend.
man.
Wow,
Yep.
that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, he was hanging out with his Uncle Jack. Exactly.
So yeah, the next work trip, you're in.
I'm down, man.
Whew. Tell you what, I'm going to bring one of those baby leashes.
Remember when we planned on bringing a crock pot full of queso with us to Vegas?
Yeah.
Which never actually happened.
And we were
in case.
we were gonna leave it plugged in the back seat of the car through the inverter.
Yeah, I've got a little inverter so I can charge laptops and shit when I'm driving.
No road trip is complete without a crock pot full of queso in the back
Man,
seat.
yeah.
Have you ever had my queso?
I have not.
Oh,
my God.
man. Broc makes the baddest queso on the planet.
Okay, that's happening.
Got to make
Maybe
that
we
happen.
should have the queso with the chili and the egg.
Why don't we do queso podcasting?
That's a great idea. We could have podcast queso. That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll bring. I'll make it happen on whenever we record next week, Wednesday or Thursday. Once we have a plan, I'll make it happen.
Okay.
Awesome.
Plus, if it's down here, we don't have to share.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic.
We'll get some down here.
But what will be neat is that the smell will waft upstairs.
Oh, it'll drive
some crazy.
Oh boy, there'll be a
guys need any help down there?
There'll be a Muppet riot down here. They'll get goddamn crazy stampede for it. Can I drive my car to the queso? Taking the 17 steps to reach it would be too much.
No joke. And maybe you were in the. I can't remember if I sent it to the podcast.
By the way, this is Rock and Roll the Podcast, brought to you by
Power plant, power plant, power plant, power plant.
Shut up! I actually saw the subject in question get in the car, drive to the mailbox, get the mail, back up into the parking lot, and come back inside. It was impressive.
The mailbox is just across the 2-lane.
Yeah.
It's just across the street.
Let's give a measurement. What would you say that is? About
From the front door?
I would say 50 feet,
50
maybe.
feet, yeah.
Yeah.
50 feet, 60 feet. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right.
Too much. Too much. Too much for some.
Too much, but that means our queso's safe.
It's got to be at least like 12 stairs to get down here.
Yeah, that'll kill a normal man. I feel like we've done some awful work here today.
No, we have.
This has been...
Taking it up a notch.
Oh, I don't know that we've taken anything up anywhere.
Yeah.
No notches, no up.
No up, no notches.
Well, to be fair, I forgot the topic until I asked you 5 minutes before we got down here.
That's true. I think all the...
So I'm shooting from the hip at this point.
Well, you're doing a fine job.
Yeah, you are, man.
You're doing
Thank
a fine
you.
job. Those hips don't lie.
You know who else doesn't lie?
Huh?
Rutheford B. Hayes. Love you, man.
Rutheford B. Hayes. Love
The
you.
best.
Thank you, Rutheford B. Hayes.
You know, why do we look that way when
Because
he's that
You told us
way?
to.
I did.
I didn't tell you to
me.
Oh, what do you
I
guys
just
did?
said we kind of turn right and face.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We could do it this
Said
way.
I'm the
but-
producer, not the director. Jesus, I didn't give a shit. We come down here and shit out a podcast, and then I'm responsible for making it into something. But as far as what's happening right now, he's the one in charge of that crap.
Oh, great. I'm in charge of something. You know what? There really
Again,
is,
text Cornturd to 84444.
all we have left to do, really, as far as business goes, is make the big announcement that we teased.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is, I'll go ahead and say it now, July 3rd, Twin Falls City Park, the Electric Barbecue. We couldn't do our big rock festival this year, Edge Fest. There was too many question marks still out there.
Thanks, Rona.
In order to plan an Edge Fest, we would have needed to start booking stuff in like October to make it all work. And at that point, nobody was even committing to anything because we didn't know where the world would be.
And the bands that we could have tried to have gotten, they wouldn't have committed anyway because they would be waiting to see when the big festivals were booking.
Right. And what happened last year was that, we got everybody booked, and then when the pandemic hit, we kind of held out hope because nobody knew what in the hell was going to happen. But then, before we even had to cancel it, which we would have had to do anyway, the band started dropping off the bill, and we lost 10 years, and we lost All That Remains.
That's right.
And we lost, it got stupid. So when October 2020 rolled around and the conversation came up about, well, do we want to try and plan an Edge Fest?
Yeah.
We were like, no, because it takes literally hundreds of hours to get something like that put together.
But we still wanted to do something, so...
You crapped out a brilliant idea.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's brilliant, but it's
I'm going with brilliant.
Thank you. July 3rd, the Red, White, and Blue Electric Barbecue at Twin Falls City Park in Twin Falls, Idaho. Our friends Messer are going to come all the way from Dallas, Texas to headline for us. Artificial Aliens, who are a homegrown badass product, are going to be direct support. They'll be there.
They were supposed to play Edge Fest last year.
That's right.
And they were jacked up and excited to do it, and then everything fell apart.
And then we're going to grab 2 or 3 good local bands to open, and we're going to have food vendors, as many as we can get, and the show is free.
Wait. Tell me again, Dr. Nick, what does a ticket cost to the Red, White, and Blue Barbecue July 3rd at Twin Falls City Park?
Thank you for asking, Broc. $10. No. $5. No. $0.
Really? $0 to see Messer, Artificial Aliens, and 2 or 3 other bands at Twin Falls City Park on July 3rd? You've got to be kidding me.
Jesus. God, I hate you so much.
Where can I learn more?
You can learn more, well, eventually on our Facebook pages and our website.
Yeah, Monday. Monday is the big announcement, but
we wanted to share it with you guys.
Yeah,
the Red, White, and Blue Electric Barbecue.
That is
going
going to be so badass.
It's going to be an
It really
absolute
is.
blast. I am up to my neck in stuff already to get this thing going, but I'm thrilled about it. I'm excited about it. I know that the Edge listeners are going to love it, but everybody's invited, man. If you love rock and roll and you're anywhere near Twin Falls, Idaho on July 3rd, come to City Park and have a blast.
And we're not going to say that it's G-rated.
No.
But we've asked the bands to kind of tone it down a little bit.
Yep.
It's going to be Twin Falls City Park.
Right.
We're across the street from 14 churches.
Yeah, exactly.
We just,
Don't want to burn.
Could you pull some strings and get us the Stones to open up for Messer?
I'll give Mick a call.
Please.
Yeah.
Be great.
I can't call him right
know,
now. He's taking a nap.
all it'll take to get him is some cocaine and a hip replacement.
That's right.
Well, all right.
The Soling Roans will be opening for Messer.
No,
At
they
the
won't.
no.
Nope, they absolutely won't. Artificial Aliens will, though. You'll find out more information on Monday on my morning show and on 103.1 The Edge. You'll also see it on our social media, my page, the Edge page, our websites. Just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a party, and
no
it's
ticket
gonna be loud.
required.
No ticket required.
Just for those who've experienced the Boise Music Festival up in Boise, it's a free show, but you have to go through the effort of finding a ticket somewhere, which would have been cool had this materialized a couple of months ago, but it didn't. And so just show up and rock the hell out.
We don't want you to jump through hoops. We want you to show up, enjoy a show, bring some cash so that you can eat well, because we're going to get as many food vendors as we can. I already have. There's a beer garden being set up too, so it's going to be a great time.
And can we send out a few early thank yous for those who've already jumped on? I know we've got Walmart Tattoo and Body Piercing,
Kodo Brewing Company,
our title sponsor, Kodo Brewing Company, bringing their brew down and running our beer garden for us.
And there's going to be more beer there as well. I was dealing with some of that yesterday.
Yep. In fact, I had a conversation with Sajay yesterday afternoon on my drive back over.
Same
and
conversation.
He was down talking to Shane, and I think we've got all that figured out and put to bed.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And I'm just ready to get out again and enjoy live music just like everybody else is. And it's going to be the loudest, coolest barbecue ever. And I don't know if the electric barbecue will happen again next year. I would love for it to be like the parking lot show before Edgefest.
Well, we would like, Edgefest to happen next year, but if we can pull off both,
why
that
not?
would be kind of cool.
Absolutely. So
it can happen.
So live music's coming back, and we are proud to be on the point of the spear making that happen. The electric barbecue, the red, white, and blue electric barbecue, July 3rd at Twin Falls City Park. And did you know that right now, I have 18 minutes until I have to go do another live show on said radio station, 103.1, The Edge.
The Edge. Should we shut the hell up and
I think we
close
probably should.
Is your show free too?
Yes.
Really? How can I listen to it, Dr. Nick Redbone?
I'm leaving.
Bye. Rock and Roll the Podcast, brought to you by our good friends at Power Plant Car Audio and Accessories. Dr. Nick has just insulted us.
Left the building.
For the last time, you son of a bitch.
Not the last time. I'll come back.
Aha.
So, yeah, he's got to go do a show. Should we just close it and freeze frame it and say thanks?
We can do that. Thanks to Blaine at Power Plant.
Yep.
And thanks to everybody for listening and watching. And I hope you learned a lot about rhythm guitarists.
Because, boy, we sure did cover a lot of ground.
That's right. Oh.
Go ahead and close the show. I'm simply you're f***ing it up.
Okay,
The end.
the end.